Alright, what's going on, guys? Vinland Saga, Chapter 174, Sailing West, Part 8. Let's get right into it. So if you remember from last time, Halfton decided to propose an offer to Thorfinn. He's like, hey, would you like to become my adopted son and inherit my farm? So now Thorfinn's got to mull over this incredible offer, the offer of a lifetime, if you will, and he's really not sure what to do. Now, the deal would be as follows. Thorfinn would stay at Halfton's farm, he would manage affairs there, and he would funnel resources and money to Vinland. So the way I see it is that Thorfinn would be managing the farm, and then Einar would be in Vinland setting up settlements and cultivating relationships with the Native Americans. So it would kind of put a wrench into their plans and definitely would make things a little more interesting. Now, of course, when Thorfinn is discussing the matter with Einar, we see a ship in the distance. And on top of the ship is none other than Halfdan's son, Sigurd. So he's come back, it's been 2 years, and it looks like he found himself a wife. And not only does he have a wife, but he's holding a little baby boy. And this is very critical to the entire chapter, because it's a relatively short chapter, but we find out that Sigurd had a baby. So he is now a father, and because Halfdan believes that the child said grandpa, he would like to make the little child his new inheritor. He will be the eventual successor of the farm. And, when Thorfinn's like, hey, Halfdan, about your deal, Halfdan just kind of gives him a very cold and angry look. So it looks like Sigurd's child, Halfdan's grandchild, will now be in charge of the farm in the future, and Thorfinn can go to Vinland unabated. Now, this was a nice little plot device here. I mean, at the very moment that Thorfinn was making the decision, it just so happens that Halfdan's son is coming via boat and makes the decision for Thorfinn effectively. But in the end, it's a good decision because now we can kind of go beyond Halfdan's farm and we can go to Vinland without that sort of plot thread sort of hanging over us, like wondering like, oh, will Thorfinn go back there or will they eventually go to Vinland with him? We can kind of just close the chapter now and be like, okay, it's Thorfinn, it's his wife, and it's Einar. We're back to the original gang again. Oh, and I can't forget Hild. Hild will be there as well because, of course, if Thorfinn ever lets rage and bloodlust set in, she will kill him. So, yeah, it's back to the original four again, and I would imagine Leif Erikson's gonna be there as well. And yeah, that's gonna be the mission. So it's gonna be great because it sounds like in the next chapter they're finally gonna set sail. So maybe in like 2 or 3 chapters they'll eventually get to Vinland and we can finally start the process of building a settlement and forming relations with the Native Americans. So this will be a very interesting arc and one I'm very much looking forward to. But yeah, relatively short chapter this month, guys. Really not much to talk about. Just basically the conclusion of Halfdan's farm and the beginning of the trip to Vinland. Something we've been talking about since the early chapters. So, finally, after 174 chapters, we're going to make our voyage there. So it's going to be very exciting. Really not much to talk about this week. So I think I'll just leave it there for now. Tell me what you guys saw of this chapter in the comments and catch you on the flip side.